let's take hands in a great big circle. And if you're just coming in the room, you can just join in whenever you'd like. Don't have to be shy. You can just jump up and come on in, and we're doing fine. So, great. So all together, we're going to start by circling to the left. Are you ready? Here we go. Circle left and circle to the left, to the left, to the left. Now back to the right. Go the other way back and circle to the right, and into the middle. Here we go. And a 1, 2, 3, back up, and a 1, 2, do it again. Middle. 1, 2, 3, back it up, and a 1, 2, freeze right there. So good. So I always start off with that little exercise. So you may or may not have noticed when we did that little exercise, circling left and circling right, with my voice I was making a tempo, and I was watching everybody just to see if you just kind of automatically put your feet down to the tempo of my voice, and everybody I saw did, which is great. If you can hear the rhythm of the music, then you got half this thing licked already. So this next thing I'm going to talk about is a little more subtle, but I want you to be introduced to it. You'll learn more about it as the night goes on. So I don't know the people on either side of me, really, and I'm feeling a little shy, and I want to be polite, and so I'm not, jerking on anybody's hand or anything like that. But when you're dancing, it's actually really good to do this thing called giving a little weight. So while I'm standing here in the circle, what I'm going to do is give just a little bit of muscle in my arm. So for instance, if this person were to pull on my hand, my whole body is going to come instead of just my hand. So if you put a little resistance in your arm, I know you don't know them, but it's okay. Put a little muscle in your arm. And part of why this is important is you're sort of supporting the dancers around you. And you can do this with this light connection in a lot of different ways. I will caution you, you'll notice I'm being exaggerated about my thumbs. I'm not pinching with my thumbs. I'm letting my thumbs be real relaxed. The connection is just with the resistance between our fingers. So think about giving a little bit of weight, and we're going to do the very same thing. Circle to the left. Ready, go. And circle to the left, to the left, to the left. Back to the right. Go the other way back and circle to the right. And into the middle. Here we go. And a 1, 2, 3, back it up. And a 1, 2, freeze right there. Good. Did that feel a little more supported? Yeah, with that giving a little bit of weight with the folks around you. Yeah, great. So now at this point, you need a partner. If you've got a partner, keep a hold of their hand and let go of everybody else. And if you need a partner, throw your hand way up in the air and look around for other people with their hand in the air and see if they would like to. Laura Jo needs a partner? Anybody else? Awesome. I'll dance with you. Anybody else need a partner? Oh, right over here? Yeah, so if you've got your hands way, you guys are partnered. So there's 3 of you. So good. I'm going to come right over here. Do you want to dance too? Yeah. Do you want to be one partner and I'll be the other? Yeah, would you be my partner? Juliet, I'm Charlotte. It's great to meet you. Here, we'll go over here. You want to? Awesome. So good. So if you haven't introduced yourself to your partner, take a moment to introduce yourself to your partner. And you and your partner need to have just a quick conversation to decide which role you'd like to play. So your options are the ladies' role or the gents' role. You can dance whatever role you want. In the town where I live, there's always about 90% women at the dance. So if you don't learn the gents' role, you're never going to dance. So just pick which role you'd like to dance. Whoever's being the gentleman in my partnership, I think I probably will. The gentleman is going to be on the left of your partnership, and whoever's being the lady will be on the right of your partnership. So make sure once you figure out what role you want to dance, just be sure the lady's on the right and the gent is on the left. I'll give you a moment. You can sort it out. I think you probably already all have. Good, great. So everybody turn to face your partner. Hi, partner. With your partner, you're going to do something called a do-si-do. So figure out which one is your right shoulder, and you're going to walk forward, passing your partner by the right, and then scooch over and back up, passing your partner by the left. So you ended right where you started. You just danced around your partner to get there. Try that again with your partner, do-si-do. Forward, passing by the right, scooch over, back up, passing by the left. Perfect. Give your partner your right hand as if you were going to arm wrestle. So your hands are going to be up high, your elbows will be down low. And remember how I talked about giving a little weight? You can do that in this handhold. I'm just going to put a little muscle in my arm, and it will help support my partner as we walk around in a little circle. This is called an Allemande, and because it's my right hand, it's an Allemande Right. Just walk around in a little circle with your partner. Allemande Right. Great. When you get back home to where you started, switch hands, Allemande Left with your partner. Go the other way back. Beautiful. Good. Turn your back on your partner. I'll be back. But turn your back on your partner for now, and there's somebody else behind you. If you do this kind of dancing all the time, forgive me, but I'm going to call this person your neighbor. Everybody say hey to your neighbor. Hey. Hi, neighbor. With your neighbor, do-si-do. Walk forward, passing by the right. Scooch over, back up, passing by the left. Excellent, good. So you just danced around your neighbor. You ended up right back where you started. With your neighbor, Allemande Right. That arm wrestle hand hold. Think about giving a little bit of weight. Allemande Left with your neighbor. Go the other way back. Now with your partner, Allemande Right. They're behind you. Yeah, you got it. I can't fool you. And with your partner, Allemande Left. Go the other way back. And end right where you started. So good. Great. This looks great. So let's see. So far, so good. Yeah. What else do we want to do while we're here in this? Oh, I know what I want to do. Tim, can I borrow you? Yeah. I'm going to change roles for a moment and become a dance the ladies part for a minute. We're going to do a bunch of what's called a swing tonight. A lot of people that dance all the time, they feel like the swing is the cat's pajamas of moves, which my young niece has informed me that cat's pajamas is not cool to say anymore, but I still do it anyway. So I wanted to talk about the swing a little bit. If you've ever taken any ballroom dance or you've seen any ballroom dancing, we're going to take that same position. Ladies, it's your left hand on the gentleman's shoulder blade. Gents, it's your right hand on the lady's shoulder blade. You might be tempted, gentlemen, to put your hand down a little lower on her waist. If you want her to ask you to dance again, don't do it. Put it up a little, yeah, they're perfect. So the reason why is the place where Tim and I are giving each other weight is with these hands on our backs. I'm ever so slightly leaning, and he is too, into that hand on our back, and we're kind of supporting each other as we're dancing. Right now, we're standing right in front of each other, but we're both going to take a little step to our own left. You'll notice there's this space in front of Tim, and there's this space in front of me. We're just going to walk into that space that we made. Everybody try that with your partner. Don't go. Great. So good. I know I'm cheating you guys out of your practice, but you have a good partner, you'll be fine. Yeah. So I wanted to show you one more thing before I head back out to the outside of the circle. Everybody that I watched swinging their partner, it looked great. The only tricky thing about the swing, now that you got all the hands sorted out, is how to get out of the swing to move on to the next thing. So I'm going to take my ballroom position again, and we talked about these hands on each other's shoulder blades. It's the ladies' left, the gents' right. You got these other hands to the side that I call the pointy hands. So you may remember earlier I was talking about how you want the lady on the right and the gent on the left, or whoever's dancing those roles. If anything goes wrong during the dance, it's often because you end the swing with the partners on the wrong side. So I got a foolproof method to get you ended just right. The caller, that's me, Charlotte, is going to tell you to end your swing facing some direction. Let's pretend that I said end facing up the hall toward the band. We're going to dance until we can point with our pointy hands in the direction we want to end up facing. We'll open up with those pointy hands, and the lady's on the right, the gent is on the left. If I said swing until you're facing down the hall, we'll dance until we can point with our pointy hands down the hall. Open up with those pointy hands, ladies on the right, gent is on the left. So good, thank you, sir. Yeah, everybody swing with your partner again. Awesome, now I'm the gent. So everybody swing your partner. And in your swing facing in toward the middle, just use your pointy hands to face in. Open up, whoever's being the gent is on the left, whoever's being the lady is on the right. Good. Turn to face your neighbor. And with your neighbor, swing. Hi. Open up so you're facing in toward the middle. Just point into the center. Open up with your pointy hands. Whoever the lady is on the right. Whoever the gent is on the left. Turn to face a new neighbor that you haven't even met yet. New neighbor, yeah, turn to face a new neighbor. With your new neighbor, swing. And in your swing, facing in toward the middle, open up. Whoever's being the lady's on the right, whoever's being the gent is on the left. Turn to face a new neighbor. Did I get the right number of news? Before you swing with this neighbor, I'm going to add something. So if you look over here real quick, a picture's worth 1,000 words. This is just 4 beats of music, and it often is the prequel to the swing. It's called a balance. I'm going to join 2 hands with my neighbor. We're going to step toward each other, bring our feet together, and then step apart, bring our feet together, and then just go right into that swing. Everybody try that. Balance and swing with your neighbor. Step together and apart, and swing your neighbor. And in your swing, face it in toward the middle. Whoever's being the lady's on the right, whoever's the gent is on the left. Face a new neighbor. With your new neighbor, balance and swing. Together and apart, and swing your neighbor. So good. You want to do one more? Let's do one more. Face a new neighbor. Balance and swing. Great, and face in toward the middle. Whoever's being the lady's on the right, the gent is on the left. Awesome. So my original partner is over there. It's okay. In fact, I did that on purpose. So this is your new partner, the person you just swung. Say hey to them. I'm hoping that it's somebody that you don't know. Because part of the fun tonight is that you're going to get to dance with lots of different people, and you're not allowed to be shy at the Contra Dance, sorry. And so don't be shy at all. Anybody can ask anybody to dance. You can just walk right up to a total stranger and be like, hi, my name is Charlotte, would you like to dance? She said, yeah. She didn't bite me or anything. So really, don't be shy about asking people to dance, especially if you're a newer dancer. Just look around and see who looks confident and ask them to be your partner, because they'll help you get through the dance just as you're kind of learning some things and getting your feet wet. And so, yeah, be proactive about finding partners that you feel like they're going to help you move along through the dance. So I'm standing next to my new partner. And ladies, you're going to have to cross your right hand in front of you to do this, but join right hands with your partner. Yeah, so both of you have right hands. And then gents, you'll have to cross your left hand to join left hands with your partner. And everybody turn to the right so that we're all facing counterclockwise around the great big circle. Yeah, we're all facing the same direction. You're looking at another couple's back. Yep. Now, if the gents are on the left, the only rule in this kind of dancing, that means the gents are closer to the middle and the ladies are closer to the outside, or whoever's dancing those roles. The fancy word for walk in dancing is promenade. With your new partner, promenade, 2 by 2, promenade. And you're going to follow the couple in front of you wherever it is that they may go. We're going to turn our great big circle into 2 lines, and you'll see how that works here in a minute. So you guys just follow us. Yeah, perfect. I abandoned you. Yeah, that's why I wanted you. Great. Now, if you can't go any further, just freeze right there. I'm gonna divide our circle up into another line. Can I get you guys to come this way? And we'll just start another line right here. I think I did a good job of guesstimating. Oh no, I should have waited a couple more beats. All right, it'll be fine. Great, and I'm going to get this line. I stopped this early because there was a parade going by, but we'll just scooch up the hall a little bit. Awesome. And if you're right at the end of the parade, we might put a couple more couples right here on this line. I just am turning us from a big circle to a line of couples. That's all we're doing, yeah. So let me give you a quick geography lesson. The band, if they were here, when they are here, we will look up the hall to see the band. So if we were looking up, or if I said face up, look toward the top, that's the way we're going to look. The bottom of the hall is down that way toward the other basketball hoop. I know there's one right there, but pretend it's not. It's down that way. And your partner is across the set from you, So far, so good? Great. What we're going to do is, starting at the top of the hall, at the top of each line, the first couple is going to turn around and join hands with the couple nearest to them in the line to make a little group of 4 people. And we're going to continue that pattern all the way down. Every other couple is going to turn around and join hands with the couple nearest to them to make a little group of 4. If you're at the bottom of the hall, it might take a minute for that to trickle down your way, but it'll get there eventually. I love that you guys are moving over so that we've got a full set. That's perfect. Now, I made a bunch of you break the rule, didn't I? If you are one of the couples that turned around to face down the hall, it's very likely that the lady's on the left, which is, I've been jumping up and down so far about lady on the right, lady on the right. It's true. Go ahead and swap places if you're in that position. If you and your partner are looking down the hall and you turned around to meet new folks, just trade places to put the lady on the right and the gent on the left. Good. A lot of the dances that we do tonight are going to be in a long way set like this. I just want to give you a feel of how it works. This is kind of home. Think of this as your home spot. Join hands in your groups of 4 people and just circle to the left for a little bit. Circle to the left, circle to the left. You can give a little bit of weight and then circle back around to the right. Be sure you got some muscle in your arm. And when you get back home, you can freeze right there. Great. Everybody put your right hands in and shake hands with the same gender person or the person who's playing the same role as you across the way there. Yeah. Walk forward the easy way. Because it's your right hand in the middle, this is called a right hand star. Perfect. You can swap hands, put your left hands in the middle to make a left hand star. Go back to your home spot. Great, you're back home, you're beside your partner, the other couple is in front of you, those are your neighbors, and your neighbors are divided into 2 individual people. Just think about the one neighbor who's standing right in front of you. Which one is your right shoulder? You're going to pass your neighbor by the right shoulder, don't turn around or nothing, and a new neighbor will appear before you. Look at that! Everybody that was facing down the hall moved 1 spot away from the stage and they got new neighbors. Everybody facing up the hall moved 1 spot up toward the top of the hall and they got new neighbors. So in the dance, you're going to learn like 35 seconds worth of movements. You'll get to keep your partner. The band will repeat the tune, but you'll move on to new neighbors, repeat the dance with your partner, just with new faces to do it with. So I just wanted you to see how that progression could work, just as an example. Now there's something really important to take note of. At some point you run out of neighbors. You'll make it to the end of the line either at the top or at the bottom. These guys are professionals, they know what to do. They have already turned around, they know they're going to have 1 time through the dance to just relax. They can hang out with their partner, check out the band, put their face in front of the fan for a couple of seconds, and then they'll come back in going in the other direction. It's really important while you're waiting out to trade places with your partner. If you can't remember if you have or not, just face the dancers and make sure the lady's on the right and the gent is on the left and you'll be good to go. So you got new neighbors. Everybody bow to your new neighbor. Hi, new neighbor. Take hands in a circle of 4 and circle to the left. Circle to the left with your new neighbors. Put your left hands in, make a left hand star until you get back home where you started the whole thing, star left. And face your neighbor, they're on the same side as you. With your neighbor, do-si-do, walk forward, passing by the right, back up, passing by the left. Perfect. Give your neighbor a right hand as if you were shaking hands to meet for the very first. Pleased to meet you, yeah. And you can balance from here as well. Balance, step in, step out, pull by your neighbor, just give a little tug, walk right by your neighbor and move on to new neighbors in a new group of 4, yeah. Awesome. You might hear me say later in the night, face your original direction. Almost always when you get lined up to do the dance, the way that you start facing is the way that you'll look for your new neighbors. That's not always the case, but a lot of the time it is. So you can count on it being something like this. You'll progress on to meet new neighbors. I didn't say this before, but I think this is a good time because I think you'll, no, maybe you won't need it. I won't even mention it. So you got your neighbors, your new neighbors. With your new neighbor, do-si-do. Do-si-do with your new neighbor. Excellent. Now put on your thinking cap for just a minute. Are you ready? In a moment, you're going to swing that neighbor that you just do-si-did, and you're going to end your swing facing across toward the line that's got your partner in it. You're going to end with the lady on the right. Don't forget about your pointy hands. You can just point across toward your partner, and you'll open up. The lady will be on the right. Essentially, you and your neighbor are going to trade places, but it'll happen as you end the swing. Ready? Everybody swing with your neighbor. Neighbor swing. Use your pointy hands to point across toward your partner. Let go with those pointy hands. Open up. The lady's on the right. The gent is on the left. So good. That looked great. So I was just checking the time to see how much time I have, and I got a few minutes so I can show you a couple more things. With the people beside you, make one really long line of dancers holding hands and another really long line of dancers. This is my favorite move and all. I think a lot of people, this is their favorite. Yeah, a lot of folks really like this because you get to do everything all together. On my beat, we're going to take 3 little steps into the middle and back. Ready, go. And a 1, 2, 3, back it up. And a 1, 2, 3, in the heat of battle, and you can do it. You'll hear me say, and in long lines, go forward and back. And a 1, 2, 3, back up. And a 1, 2, 3, perfect. That looks so good. It feels good too, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm going to show you one more thing, and then we're going to get some music going because music makes everything better. I'm going to come to the middle. Can I be you for a moment? Is that okay if I substitute it? So I wanted to show you something else that we'll work on some more later in the evening. But in your little groups of 4, there's a fancy way to get the 2 ladies to trade places with each other. So Lori Jo and I are going to end up standing where the other one is in just a moment. Gentlemen, you think that you got nothing to do, but that's not true. You got all kinds of things to do. So the first thing I always tell people when I'm teaching this is, gents, get ready with your left hand. You're going to want to do something with your left hand in just a minute. Ladies, just watch us for a moment because a picture is worth 1,000 words. Ladies, you're going to reach out with your right hand and just pull by to the other side and give your left hand to that gent. Ladies, as soon as you let go of that other lady, put your hand on your hip like you were playing the I'm a Little Teapot game. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And that's going to give the gentleman a place to scoop his right arm around your back and put his hand, and we're just going to keep scooping on around to face back in. Check it out one more time. I'll talk less and move more. Ladies, right hand to each other, left to that gent. Gent, scoop up with your right arm and just scoop right around to face back in, and we trade it over and back. It's called a ladies' chain. I'll get out of the way so you can practice. Everybody try that. 2 ladies, chain across. Give right hands to each other, left hands to that gent. Gentlemen, your right arm is going to go around behind her and just scoop around to face back in. Yeah. So I keep talking about scooping up with your right arm, gents. I'm hoping that that'll help you think about, sometimes folks get confused about which direction to turn. But gents, if you just think about your right arm scooping and moving forward, that'll make you go the right way every time. Ladies, you can help them because you know which direction you want to go. You can just kind of keep your momentum moving in that direction. Everybody try it again. 2 ladies chain. Right hands to each other, left to that gent. Gentlemen, right arm around her waist and scoop her around to face back in. Perfect. That looked beautiful. So I think it's time for music, which is always a great time. If you would like to do the first dance with the partner that you have now, great. If you want to swap around and dance with somebody else, that's good too. I'll leave it up to you. You got a couple of minutes to get a quick drink of water, catch your breath. I'll meet you back out here in just a minute. Thanks.